Uh, Thank you for inviting me to Talks at Google. Namaste. And as mentioned by Prabhat, that I have been working for almost a decade now in this domain of spreading cyber safety, awareness against cyber crimes. I have spoken to, say, 2 million students in the country now. And since 2008, I've been doing it. And my experience is that I personally receive 30 to 40 complaints from these young kids every day when it comes to the online threats to children. And the age group, like it starts with 8 years and it goes up to 21, 22, school and college students. So I talk to school and college both. The second role which I do is I train the law enforcement, which I've been doing very actively since 2009. And right from top of the country, Jammu to south, I've been traveling to various academies and empowering the law enforcement officers. First thing was the challenge to make them understand that cybercrime is not a monster. So, second was, if you look at our NCRB statistics in India, yes, it is increasing. The complaints are increasing when it comes to frauds and any abuse on social media. Specifically to children, I think there's something missing. What is missing, which I started promoting, is called netiquettes, cyber hygiene, digital wellness. And I think it should become a part of the curriculum today now. Why? Because cyberbullying is on a rise. That is another major challenge for every school and college even. Any social media you pick up, or messenger, or you pick up a social media platform, posting obscene content, making morph pictures, spreading rumors, writing bad words. It's a very common thing. And the major thing which I see across is that they don't even know what are the cyber laws. So a very famous line which I always say when I talk to children, and it's always carrying with me, that is, virtual world is not a game, it's your life. So I talk to children about cyber laws. Why? For them, creating a fake account is fun. For them, hacking into an account is fun. A 6th grader, he stands up and says, I am a hacker. And I asked him, what do you do? Well, I hack Wi-Fis. Why? My mother doesn't give me Wi-Fi. So I hack all my neighbors' Wi-Fi. And how do you do it? Well, I just got an application which is available. I saw a video, I learned it, and now I can hack Wi-Fi. So now this is a challenge. Making them understand that hacking is a crime, full stop. There is a simple section in one of the cyber laws, Information Technology Act, which I call Section 66C, which says that if fraudulently or dishonestly you steal somebody's password, unique identity, or electronic signature, you are punishable for 3 years with a fine of 1 lakh rupee. And when I talk to children, I very popularly say that, only 3 years. Food and lodging is free. So the message is very clear. Hey, listen, hacking is a crime. Same comes when we talk about the incidences of cyberbullying. So just now, I came in the morning flight and I got a message from a young girl. Somebody has created a fake account and sharing and posting my personal content. Now, and this is a cybercrime in my country. So, because posting obscene content or private content online. And the first line, which is a very popular line with every victim who's calling me, can't tell it to my parents. They will kill me. So this gap, the digital divide, when I talk to parents, I do a lot of parent sessions now. Why? Only because of this reason. There's a big digital divide. The parent will come and say, I don't know what my son can do on iPhone. He's such a brilliant boy or something like that. But when it comes to you, children say that we are teaching parents how to use technology. It's good. But are we teaching children netiquettes and cyber hygiene? This is my point, and that's how I cover up when I talk to them. Law enforcement, the biggest challenge here in law enforcement today is that cybercrime is a monster. And when I talk to them, I say it's not a monster. The same crime, previously they used to come and rob my house or my bank locker. Today they are doing it online. Same, I used to tease a girl. There was eve teasing. Today they do it online by creating some impersonating account or by posting some bad pictures or words. The only thing which they need to understand today here is that how do you correlate all these service providers and how do you interact with them to protect the law, to punish them as per the Information Technology Act, which says that spreading any obscene content is a crime. So we have a wonderful section here in IT Act called Section 67, which says that if you publish, transmit, or even become a reason to publish any obscene content electronically, you are punished for 3 years with a fine of 5 lakh rupees. People, at times in fun, they create messages on messengers, different messengers, chat messengers, and they start sending obscene content. You are breaking the law. Similarly comes with sexually explicit content, section 67A, which says that any sexually explicit content, if you are sharing electronically, you are punishable for 5 years with a fine of 10 lakhs, non-bailable. People don't know these laws. And a very common problem which come across with young kids. Sir, I was in a relationship. Okay. I had a breakup. Okay. Now this person is blackmailing me with my personal pictures. Sexting is becoming a serious problem. It's a psychological problem. Young children, they tend to share personal images. And they think I am sharing it on a messenger, it will be destroyed in 3 seconds. I'm sorry, nothing gets destroyed. So how to handle digital footprints is another. The people don't understand what are digital footprints and how they can follow you for a lifetime. So this is another thing which I interact when I talk to young minds and even professionals also. Second is the challenge of handling such crimes. Today, something happened online, and you know what kind of cases are coming when it comes to bank frauds? Every day there is a new modus operandi coming in. The old one, I'm getting a call. I got a call from a person who's calling from the bank. He says that your bank account will be closed because your Aadhaar is not linked to your bank account, and your account will become zero. Oh, don't close my account. Then verify your account. Give me your card details. I gave my card details. We are sending a message to verify whether it is you or not. Please give us that message number also. He shared his OTP also. And now he comes and file a complaint, 90,000 gone, 10 rupee balance. And we call it a cybercrime. Second, the most popular which is happening these days is skimming. So now these hackers, they have got access to those devices. They can brick a ATM, or they can plant a small skimmer to the vendor's machine, where your card gets duplicated. Now if you look at the internationally, everywhere you don't require a PIN or an OTP to swipe a card. It's only in India where you require a PIN and an OTP. So now the complainant comes to me and says at my cyber cell that I was sleeping in the night and I had a $40,000 transaction on my card from some country in France or US. The challenge for the law enforcement is that first of all, they cannot go to US and France and investigate. The second, the money has been swiped. It's a very popular technique, and hackers are doing it in our country. They call it carding. So they steal a card information here and sell it for some peanuts to international, you can call organized criminals who have those groups somewhere, where they just pay them peanuts and there they use your card. Same is happening reverse. So there are foreigners whose cards are being cloned and skimmed in India. This is cybercrime. Third, most popular which I'm seeing across now when I visit so many police stations and cyber cell is man-in-the-middle attack. So they compromise our emails. They get into our email settings. We people hardly look at our settings on a daily basis. They create filters and forwarders, and they create tweaked domains. So my email ID, for example, is info@rakshittandon.com. The hacker creates info@rakshittandon.com. He just tweaks it from A to O. And he reads all my mails, copy-paste the trail, take my invoice and send it to my buyer or vendor saying that my bank account is frozen due to GST audit. So please kindly transfer my payment to my Barclay Bank London account. And how much? 1,25,000 euros gone. This poor exporter, he lost recently 1.5 lakh euros just because of tweaking, man-in-the-middle attack. These are the organized crimes which we are seeing, and they all started with the email which used to come, you're a lucky winner, Coca-Cola, $900 million. And now it has transformed to this. Talking of scams, and I got a call, 3 girls in the last 2 days have called me. We got a link that somebody is posting some bad pictures on some social media. I clicked on that link and my account got hacked. Then all my friends in the network received a message that I am in trouble. Please deposit 700, 1,000 odd rupees to my so-and-so wallet. I will return it to you as soon as possible. All the respected friends were busy in their daily life and work, so it is a matter of click on a smartphone to just go to your wallet and transfer that amount. And later they realized that her account was compromised. And the hacker has taken complete control. Phishing. When I talk to people, they are not able to understand what is phishing today. They click on every mail. Recently I got a case from a very big celebrity whose iCloud was hacked. That's smartphone cloud. And how? Very simple. He got a mail and it was a tweaking in spelling. And this lady entered her credentials, cloud was hacked, and all the personal pictures were downloaded from her personal cloud, and then start stalking and blackmailing. So these are the most popular, what I'll say, incidences. And coming to the solutions, what we do, I try to tell them how to use an app first. So that is a basic thing. People are not aware. So if I'm using an app, they have wonderful features inside it which can help you to recover your account, protect your account, whether it's two-step authentication. The basic knowledge is missing. And when you go down in the rural area, everybody has a smartphone. That day I met a small vendor. He asked me, I had no cash, so he said, you can give it to me on my wallet. So who told you to use a wallet? How do you know? Well, the mobile recharge person, he put wallet inside in broken Hindi he said, he has inserted this wallet inside. What is your wallet ID and password? What is this? What is this? He doesn't even know that a wallet on a smartphone has an identity and a password, which he doesn't know. So the challenge today we have is handling this digital revolution. So I always, whenever I talk, I always not only talk about digital India, but I always talk about safer digital India. And that is the word I try to key, whether it's talking to children or talking to adults and professionals. With children, yes, we're doing a lot of work on online protection. And why? Because sexting, stalking, and then these societal games coming up and suddenly trying to envelop the kids. And you know what? Kids have curiosity. They don't want to commit suicide. I was talking to kids. I recently, last couple of weeks, I've spoken to 25,000 odd kids in the country. I was in Gujarat, I was in Chennai, I was in North Delhi and all schools. They wanted to see what is it exactly. How does one person commit suicide? And you know the modus operandi, they just try to blackmail you and stalk you, and they try to, and whomsoever these suicidal curators and admins so-called are. So there is a need of awareness in our children. And they are curious about everything. And I have seen children, they don't even know how can they secure their applications. Whether it's a popular video channel or it's a popular search engine, they don't even know that there are some settings which can prevent them from harm. And not only them, when I talk to the ICT, there's a big gap. ICT is very good in teaching the school ICT syllabus. Write a program, input a number and generate the Fibonacci series. They're excellent in doing that. But when it comes to hacking and stuff, you will find an 8th grader talking in I know how to use Kali Unix, I can create a metasploit, and all those words he starts speaking, and that really scares. And then he even asked me, I have confronted these questions from young minds, what if I am using a Tor browser, how will you track me? And which class you are in? 7th standard. When you come to me separately, I will tell you how to trace a Tor browser. So these, you know what, the explosion is there when it comes to information, but the mindset is not ready for it. So to prepare that mindset is also very important, whether it's your gaming habits or it's your social media habits. A lot of crimes have been reported because people, they don't even know what are the privacy features. I remember one case, it was 5 years back, so now we have that security by the government of India, that even if I change a SIM card, my SMS service will not work for a limited time. You know what used to happen? Identity theft. How? The hacker will get access to your date of birth from a social media site, get access to your personal information, like people love to post today on any popular social media. There are so many international days we are celebrating today. Happy Mother's Day, I love my mom, Kamla Devi. So my mom name is available on a site, and that is a secret question and answer to one of my online banking detail. The hacker very conveniently went and he issued a SIM card of that victim. The moment he got access to the SIM card, he got access to the mobile banking network, and he immediately swiped all the money out. This all money was taken out with the help of, and this gentleman, he was sitting in his office and he thought, my network is not coming. The message on the phone was SIM unregistered. He tried to plug out the SIM, put it back, nothing happened. After some hours, he went to the mobile company and they said, listen, your SIM card is corrupted. take a new one. He got a new SIM card, and after 5 hours of activation, he realized that all the bank is empty. When we started getting such cases of identity theft, that is when an action was taken, and now today we are preventing your SIM misuse by locking your SMSs for a period of time. But hackers are very smart. You create one rule, they know how to break the other one. So looking at these all case studies, it is very important to promote education, awareness. There is a very popular app where you can synchronize the app on your computer. So that's a messenger app where you just particularly scan a QR code. When I talk to people, 70% are not aware of that option. And I am receiving complaints where a person come and say, "Sir, I have this personal messenger app on my mobile. Can anybody else also use it?" And I go, "Yes." "Well, sir, my phone is hacked because I have not sent a message to anybody, but all are complaining that you are sending some bad messages and I have not sent it. And it is going from my messenger." When I checked his phone was already synced into another device. And that device was somebody else who was using that application. So this is a challenge when it comes to, and at the ground level, yes, people are not aware. We have to play a very proactive role today, and the best way is start imparting this education to the young minds, and at the root level, because they also need this training on bullying and stalking. And well, I keep, for the children especially, I got a case where a person created a fake email account, impersonating account, and sent a very defamatory mail to another child. You know what happened? That child was into depression for 2-3 days. And you know what is the age of that child? 11 years. 11 years. For them kids, it's a prank. And I'm sorry, for me, as per the IT Act, it's a offense. Because IT Act says personation is a crime. Section 66D. Clicking personal pictures and sharing is a crime. So we have special section in the IT Act which says section 66E. Capturing, publishing and transmitting image of a private area of any person without his or her consent. 3 years of punishment, 2 lakh rupees fine, or both. And sexting, oh my God. Approximately 5 years back, I used to get 1 or 2 complaints in a month. I'm sorry, today I'm receiving 15 to 20. The more and more kids know me in the country, the more and more such problems I keep on hearing. Personal pictures going viral. Social exclusion is there in children. They have complexes. You know what are their complexes? Body shame. Body shame is becoming a complex. This young girl, I did not got likes on my picture on the social media, so I am having depression. Yes, they have depression now. So to talk to them in this, and I have realized that there is a big gap now. Children, and especially the young ones, they are so getting addicted to, I'm using the word addiction now. I teach the positive use. One of my own family, there was an issue where he was having an addiction to playing these violent games, and there was a lot of transformation in his behavior. So he was getting violent at home, aggressive. He used to throw things and break things. And I asked a simple question, which game does he play? Bole, he plays this violent games. How much? 3 to 4 hours a day. 3 to 4 hours a day. And you all understand today that in child psychology, whatever you see, you imbibe. It's like a simple osmosis going on. So if I'm playing violent games for the whole day, I'm imbibing violence and aggression in my nature. So I shifted him and I said, okay, you create this wonderful channel on a social media site, and you start playing your keyboard and your guitar, and then see, you will start monetizing it and you can earn money. And it really worked as a magic. And he's now out of his addiction, and today he's more concerned about his channel, and he's creating new content, sharing, liking his comments, and every day he's respecting all the comments and then he's responding to them. And I could easily brought him out from the negative part of the addiction to a positive side of the net. So this is another thing, and I started one wonderful activity after addressing more than 25,000 schools in the country and colleges. I started creating small mini cyber cells in the school. You give the name Cyber Congress. So I do this kind of an effort where I train them for 8 hours to 10 hours, a handful of students who are the good in empathy and all. I call them the cyber captains of the school. They're counselors, and their ICT staff in a closed room, and they do two things now. They help children with problems. They know the redressal part. They know right from how to talk to the service provider and how to come back out of a problem, what is the redressal. Number two, they inculcate positive internet habits in the country. So that is another, I have seen a wonderful change when if you, because see, children don't know what to do on internet because the internet was never a subject in a country. For them, social media is internet. So they never got trained. Yes, they got trained in C and C++ and website development and PHPs and HTMLs. That was a part of the syllabus. But not a single class has ever taught you. Even I talk to children, they don't even know the full form of GPRS. Very funny. And then I have to tell them, and it is Gujarat, Patna, Ranchi, Shimla. So, no. When I can know it is global something. No. It is general packet radio service, the same thing which you are using 24 hours on your smartphone. So to create that positive impact, I have started inculcating this Cyber Congress thing, and it has been very successful. And you know what I do also? I give surveys to them every 3 months, a small survey, internal survey with all the kids to tell about their online habits and their issues. And after the Cyber Congress implementation, the problems which were reported on the first day was say 60% children having problems of bullying, stalking, or defamation or something. It's coming down to 25 and 15%. After every 3 months, the ratio is falling. So if I know how to be responsible online from the day one, because then I think when you go become a senior also, you know what are digital footprints. No, nobody will mess up. And the basic things like don't share your passwords. They don't share your credit card numbers with anybody. Don't give your card to the vendor. People give their card. I ask them, do you give your wallets to the person? Okay, take my wallet and get me some 10 rupees stuff from the market. Take my wallet and go. No, you don't give your wallet. Then how can you give your e-wallet to anybody? This debit card or credit card is called an e-wallet. Now you give your wallet and then you come and complain that my card is in my pocket and somebody has withdrawn money from Delhi ATM. Your card got cloned. So there are these organized criminals who are misusing all these techniques which people. So how to prevent this? So number one, you're not giving your card to anybody. I also teach people to remove the CVV number from the back side of your card. Take a black marker and erase it and keep it safe, because if I come to know your card number and CVV, I don't need any other authentication online to go to any marketplace and do shopping. And that is what is happening. So preventing that. So these simple do's and don'ts we are trying to create to spread this awareness. And the challenges, yes, there are challenges, because if you look at the policing in India, so the policing evolves the actual work, the maximum force of the police is the constables, the head constables and the sub-inspectors. Then the IPS officers and those gradations are IGs and SSPs. Actual work is to be done by the maximum this force, which is your constables and all. So their basic training, you know what, when they think cybercrime training means something specialized, you have to be a BTech or a master in computer science. Sorry, whenever I go to academies, when you want to investigate a cybercrime, you only need to do two things. What? Two things. Yes, write an email, receive an email. Send, receive an email. And if you know this, you can investigate any crime, whether it's social media abuse, a bank fraud, an ATM fraud, because all the information today for these crimes are with the service provider. And you need to know the legal and the standard process to ask this information. Once you get this information, then you have to do traditional policing. So I came to know that this is the mobile handset of Rakshit Tandon. The internet connection of Rakshit Tandon has committed this offense. So now I have to do traditional policing, go and arrest Rakshit Tandon. Next step is the proper seizure, so that the digital evidence is collected properly. And then the role of the forensic labs, which is again a challenge right now, because the load is high, the complaints are high. I was just looking at the figures of CERT, and it was in the newspapers recently which said from January 2017 to June 2017, we have reported somewhere around 27,482 cases. So that is making out to be approximately every 10 minutes one case is happening. that does means that the reporting is there. I will take it positively, because if I look at the police reports 10 years back when I started working, they were not taking complaints. So when there were no complaints, then the records were also not showing. But today, they're taking complaints and the arrest is also there. And you know what is the sad part of the arrest? Look at the 2015 analysis of NCRB. 5,108 people were arrested committing cybercrime. 3,188 were in the age group of 18 to 30, and 98 were in the age group of 18 below. 18 below. Now, these two things, if you look at, that means what? Young people. Recently, I saw in the newspaper also, and one of our agencies confirmed it to me, in Uttar Pradesh and Delhi police, they busted a racket where 4 young guys were arrested who hacked into an online portal and using a technique of data tempering or something, and they stole 94 lakh rupees vouchers or something. And they were all young minds. They're IT students, and they call themselves ethical hackers. Now, this is a challenge here, the thin line between ethical hacking and this crime. So, at the end, it again comes back to the same thing. Teach them laws. They don't even know what are the laws. And number 2, organizations now need to be proactive. Don't wait for something to happen. So, today, the mindset is that I will go and buy the best laptop from the showroom. But when it comes to software, dowry, free. Download today, pirated. And then I complained of cyber attacks. So, it's very sad when I come to know that most of our important facilities are still running on old, obsolete OS. And when I take talk shows and the people ask that, so I've heard that if anybody can hack your phone in 5 seconds, when they say yes, which phone are you using? When, okay, what is the version of your OS? So it's 5 or 4.0. When please go and put it on the highway below the truck, it will be better. It will rest in peace. So the people are not understanding, because if your OS or your operating system is vulnerable to attacks, it can easily be hacked. So people, first thing has to be educated here is also how to be proactive in security. Just don't wait for something. Programmers, they don't know the secure coding framework. So now when I talk to engineering students, I tell them, see, it's very easy to become an ethical hacker, to find a loophole and exploit it. But it's more difficult to create a code which nobody can hack. And that is where the exact potential lies. So right now you are learning programming and you are in the first year of education and you want to develop a mobile app, you want to develop a website, start working on this. And how to do this? When you have to learn 3 aspects: attack, defense and response. Until unless you don't know attack, you cannot create a defense and response. So yes, you will have to think like a hacker. You will have to know all the vulnerabilities and all the bad part of the coding and operating systems and databases. And there you will have to play a positive role in patching that up and creating an application outside in the market. 90% of the applications, they are launched in the market and they are not tested. And when they are not tested, then you hear a very bad news in the newspaper: XYZ app, 1.4 or 1.5 billion data breached, and now all the customer data is in public, in the black market. And who is the victim? The consumer is the victim. So this is how the whole everything is flowing today. And new modus operandis are coming out, and hackers are very proactive. I that day was handling a case where this a very simple complaint of a normal kidnapping case. A kidnapping case took place and the ransom was claimed on a VoIP call. So somebody downloaded a third-party application. There are millions of third-party applications available online where you can create a call, and the calling number would be very funny, something like a 3-digit number or a 4-digit number or a 13-digit number. Today, the law enforcement in my country is very smart in handling mobile surveillance. We have been trained, it's been 10 years now, we play with mobile surveillance, but then people have left using mobiles now. You don't use mobiles. Now we have taken the second step, that is called internet calling. So now that again becomes a challenge for the law enforcement, and when this kind of cases are reported, the police, this is a matter of cybercrime cell. Why? Because the call is coming through internet. So these are the latest challenges we are facing, and one more challenge which I think is a big threat right now is these virtual numbers which are existing online. And especially in a country where we are trying to bring so many e-wallets, we are trying to bring so many mobile wallets, and all these numbers are authenticated using a mobile number or a number. We call it a number. So you can't start using a wallet until unless you have a number. And for that number, we simply use that authentication, which is the SMS authentication. So virtual number is becoming a threat, and but then that is what the thing is. It's like a cat and a mouse race, and this is how cybercrimes is evolving in India. Thank you.